I curated his shoe collection that's in up NYC on 158th Street.
Yeah.
The stores. He has like a wall of fame, and I'm looking at his section, and I'm like,
It was a full-time Jack move?
yeah, I'm notorious for that. I'm notorious for stealing shoes. I stole shoes from everybody. Like,
Can I steal those after you're done?
we could fight for them.
Brackets on brackets on brackets. We tryna get to these brackets. We flipping through all of these hits and these classics. Sometimes don't know which one to pick when that happens. We mixing and matching. We listening and tryna get brackets, brackets, complex brackets, complex brackets, brackets.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Complex Brackets. I'm your host, Brian B.Dot Miller, and today we're joined by the sneakerhead of all sneakerheads, my guy, Mayor.
What's good, my brother?
Mayor, what's going on, man?
What am I doing here?
Well, first off, I have to compliment you on these cactus plant flea market sneakers. I mean,
Thank you, my brother.
you look like Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, man. If you click your heels 3 times, do you get like a package from Reggie or something?
Shout out to Reggie.
Now, Mayor, you've appeared on a couple complex shows like Full Size Run and Sneaker Shopping, and you've even showed off your stupid collection with Joe Puma on Complex Closets.
3,600 plus pairs. The last time I counted, I got to be at the 4,000 mark by now for sure.
But what I want to know is, what is your criteria when you're judging someone's collection?
The hip hop, it's variety, man. I respect a lot of people in the community of sneakers, in the culture of sneakers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a firm believer in just having an all-around collection. So, of course, you're going to have your heat. Of course, you're going to have your flamers. Of course, you're going to have your GRs, your general releases. So, a mixture of all that is what makes the hot collection, in my eyes.
Okay. Well, a lot of people in hip-hop say they have the best collection, but you're here to decide and determine once and for all who has the best collection in hip-hop.
Damn.
So let's do it. You ready to get it bracking?
Let's get it bracking.
Let's get it bracking. All right, for our first matchup, we have Wale versus Travis Scott.
I remember when I met Wale, super heavy into sneakers. Wale been around a long time.
Right.
The Nike Talk days and everything. And I remember Wale was gonna grab some shoes from me. And let me show you how hunted he kept it. We wound up not linking up, but I remember Wale saying, yo, I'm trying to figure out the train schedule because he's gonna catch a train from DC here. Like,
Wow.
he wasn't on that, I'm driving, taking the car service or
Yeah.
whatever. But shout to Wale, man. I remember we was gonna link up and we was gonna do that. And every time I see Wale is one of them guys that I really, really love because we don't hang out all the time, we don't talk all the time, but when we see each other, it's like we was just around each other yesterday.
Right.
That's my guy.
What about Travis Scott?
Travis Scott. Travis Scott's the people's champ right now. Everybody's championing how he's probably changed sneaker culture the way we look at it right now and how he brought the SB back there. Everybody's saying he brought the SB back.
Do you agree with that?
Yes and no. Of course it takes a face. I'm gonna give the credit to Kylie Jenner, but that's me. I'm gonna give it to the bigger person in the crew.
Right.
So, but I don't know Travis's history before that. So I'm gonna lean on my brother Wale. So
Right.
for me, it's Wale.
Okay, well, you heard from Mayor itself. Wale goes on to the next round. Mayor, how do you feel about this matchup? Trinidad James versus Conceited.
Wow, my two guys.
Yeah. And Complex employee Trinidad James.
Trinidad James. It's my guy. Conceited is my guy. Conceited be on my neck now because we wear the same. Now I wear 8.5.
Ah.
So we got the same size shoe. And he been stunting on the gram lately, so
Right.
crazy. But that's what he's supposed to do. So Trinidad got some ill shoes. Every time I watch him on Full Size Run, I watch religiously. He always got some flames on. He's always posting some fly stuff. Conceited always gets busy.
Yep.
This a hard one.
This is tough. They both
is
have
tough.
great collections.
Based on what I've seen to the eye,
Yeah.
I'm gonna lean towards Conceited.
Okay. I wasn't expecting that. I thought he was gonna go more Trinidad.
Trinidad is my guy. He's
Right.
dope. He got some ill stuff. But I'm telling you, for what I've seen with my
Right.
eyes, I'm gonna lean on Conceited.
Well, you're never going
And
back.
Conceited sneaker history is insane. It might be better than mine.
What?
Yeah, like his overall history of shoes, like it's on a level of mine and Clark's and like.
Wow.
Now he knows what he's talking about.
Now those are some big shoes to fill. Well, Conceited,
with,
you
with
go.
little feet.
Conceited, you're going to the next round. All right, man. So, what are your thoughts on DJ Khaled versus Bun B?
I'm going home. Yo, why you doing this to me?
I'm
man?
sorry. I know you and DJ Khaled both Terror Squad.
They both have crazy collections. What people don't know about Khaled is Khaled really has been doing this for a long time. It's not like Khaled got lost on the jet ski in the water and then Jordan started sending him shoes.
Right.
He had collections before that. I've seen old sneaker rooms. I've seen an old house where he had like a bunch of old Air Forces and a bunch of old Air Max and Jordans and stuff like that he did have. And then Bun got this amazing collection as well.
Yeah.
And they both got Reggie on speed dial. I remember Bun looking at me one time. We was at All-Star Weekend back when it was in LA. years ago, and I had on my undefeated Jordan 4s. And it was Bun, Melo, and Chris Paul. And it was pouring raining outside. And they was looking at me like, yo, why are you wearing these in the rain? And I'm like, yo, bro, it's just sneakers. Man.
You got to pick, Mayor.
Khaled.
Going Khaled?
That's a hard pick, Khaled.
Reluctantly, DJ Khaled. We the best, and we are going on to the next round. How do you feel about this one? I feel like it's a no-brainer. Fat Joe versus The Game.
This the easiest one on the list. Nah, listen, all I've seen from Game is, shout to Game. Game, one of my favorite artists too. I love Game. Game is ill, and I just love his whole aura, and I think like, I love Game.
Right.
Joe's my brother, went to high school together. I watched Joe do this sneaker thing for 100 years. I mean, Joe's the second flyest guy I know.
Who's the first?
What are you looking at?
What about me?
Stop, B.Dot.
Oh.
I taught you well, but stop. Yeah, I know Game got a bunch of stuff, but I mean, like, it's Joe Crack, hands down.
Fat Joe, on to the next round. How do you feel about this? This is spicy.
I'm going home. Bro.
DJ Clark Kent versus Greg Street.
Damn.
You might lose a friend after this, man.
Friends? These are brothers.
Yes.
Damn.
What's going through your mind right now? Because I know there's a lot of history between you guys.
That's a funny ass jacket Clark got on. That's what's going through that's what's going through my mind right now. Y'all could have picked a better picture. That's a Team Rock jacket or something?
I think so.
That's one ugly ass jacket, Clark. You're my brother, but damn.
Oh, man.
I've seen both of these collections in
Yes.
person. Like, there's always stories that Greg Street has so many sneakers in his house that when you open up the pantry in the kitchen, there's no food in there, there's sneakers.
Just sneakers.
No, I'm not kidding. It's the truth.
Wow.
It's the truth. Greg got 5 bedrooms in a beautiful part of Georgia with just nothing but sneakers. And then you got my brother Clark Kent, who has everything and then some. He's giving away more sneakers than people own. I know the UPS guy and his wife are best friends because when the UPS guy comes to drop off packages, his wife is giving him shoes for him because him and Clark are the same size.
Wow.
I've seen this with my own eyes. Like, this is crazy.
Clash of the Titans.
This is a clash of the Titans. The diversity in Greg's collection is crazy. The diversity in Clark's collection is crazy.
If you had to give the advantage to someone, like by a nose, by a hair,
Clark Kent.
Clark Kent. I know it hurts.
Greg, I love you, my brother. I love you for real. Like, I speak to Greg. Oh, man.
DJ Clark Kent.
I love you, Greg.
We love you, Greg, but it can only be one. How about this matchup? Jada Kiss versus Fabulous.
Wow. Kiss got the ill collection. He be having shoes. I used to fight him for shoes. I used to call Kiss and be like, yo, bro, let me get those, man. I know you can get those again. Like, this is when my Reggie plug wasn't the strongest. Fab was starting on the gram lately. He took it back to the Air Force One a couple of months ago and was pulling out bang after bang after bang after banger. And I'm like, damn, you would wait till I get rid of my collection and start doing that, right? Fab is different, right? Fab got a cheat code because it's a definition to get fresh. Because Fab he came with the young kids still. Like, Fab is like fresh to death, right?
And
so
even Jim Jones named him as the freshest in hip hop.
Yeah, so he takes it there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking at overall shoes here, and I know Kiss, and again, these are things that I've seen with my own eyes. I've never seen Fab's whole collection, but I've seen what he's done.
Right.
I've seen Kiss's whole collection. I'm gonna get a call. I'm gonna get a phone call behind this.
Definitely are. But you're on the clock.
Don't rush me, man.
Sorry, man.
Don't rush me. Don't make the old mayor come out. Don't rush me. I'm trying to be nice here, goddammit.
Sorry. Just happy to be here.
Oh, man. Kiss.
Jada Kiss. Well, Jason beats Freddie. Jada Kiss goes on to the next round. What do you think about Drake versus Lil Yachty?
Yachty's collection is just ill. I watched Yachty grow up. So I watched Yachty go to Sneaker Friends and Greg Street sneaker shows that I used to go to all the time and all the shows in Atlanta. He used to be out there. And I respect Yachty because Yachty's knowledge of sneakers is crazy as well.
Right.
And, everybody talks about, how everybody just made some money and went and bought these collections and all that. But Yachty, when he was younger, he was really trying to, be of that culture and grab whatever shoes he can get and run around. And I speak to Yachty all the time, so I know the extent of his knowledge of sneakers and what he wanted and he wanted and where he wanted to be or where he was when he wanted that sneaker. And that goes a lot. I mean, Drake is another one. I was gonna wear my OVO 11s today to come here. I wound up making a last minute,
pink snake skin?
Yeah, I wound up making a last minute switch. Shout to Drake. I mean, but I've never known Drake for sneakers. And I remember Drake first coming up, with a fake pair of sneakers on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, it wasn't Instagram days. It was a picture of him on the gram that I've seen before with like some purple Jordan 5s that weren't real. And not that he knew what he was doing. It could have been a stylist. It could have been a million things.
Sometimes mistakes happen.
People get caught up in that all the time. I don't even look at that. That's not. I'm not saying it for that reason. I'm just saying what I've seen, and you know what he's doing for the sneaker thing as well is insane. I mean, all his PEs is crazy. It's fly. But if I'm going overall sneaker collection, it's Yachty hands down.
Okay, little boat.
Little boat.
Still floats.
My guy.
It's a civil war. Quavo versus Offset.
Wow. The Culture 3. Or the Culture 2 right now. Both have bought shoes from my collection when I recently let my collection go. Well, the majority of my collection go.
Right.
Quavo was at a spot where I had my shoes. Shout out to Urban Necessities in Vegas. They FaceTimed me. He bought some shoes.
How much did he end up spending?
A nice chunk of change.
Nice chunk of change?
But I got better than that.
Oh.
Shout out to my man Offset. This is my guy. And me and Offset got cool quick. Like super quick. And it's like, you know, now I speak to him all the time. And Set wound up coming to my house through a third party.
Okay.
And he came to my house like 100 deep.
What?
Yeah, and I told him. It was like a lot. It was a lot of, it was 2 cars full of people.
Wow.
And I'm like, yo, bro, this is my house. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't do that. So he came, and then we were hanging out, and they were all in my sneaker room, and he was shopping, and him and his man were pulling shoes. When I tell you they pulled out so many shoes, bro, they must have pulled out maybe 100 pair of sneakers.
Wow.
And they was throwing them on the floor, and I'm giving them prices, and I was giving them some shoes. So as we're talking, right? So everybody, this is another scenario where everybody thinks that these dudes got money, and they just went and bought collections, right? And that's what it looks like to the public eye, right? But when you sit down, and I spoke to Seth, and we were sitting there, so he was there for hours, by the way, and he's telling me, yo, I remember when my uncle was getting money, yo, you know what I'm saying? And he had these shoes, and I always wanted these shoes when I was in 5th grade. In 6th grade, I wanted this one. I remember in 7th grade when I couldn't afford this, and he's breaking down the shoes to me, and I'm like,
wow.
No, I was like, wow, like it touched me. It touched me to the point where I literally was giving him shoes.
Wow.
Now, mind you, he came with, you know how they roll. They roll with the bag, and
right.
He came with the bag, and he spent some bread with me, and he was like, yeah, I'll be back. And we was arguing on some prices because I couldn't believe that I'm giving him love numbers and he's still going. And that's another thing that I didn't like. He was telling me how everybody tried to abuse him on prices because he's rich.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, it's not about that. And the fact that he wears everything that I sold to him,
right,
it makes me the happiest guy in the world because he puts them on his feet right away, no matter what it was. If he spent $3,000 for a shoe, $4,000 for a shoe, he got it on his feet. I'm happy about that. So we get super cool. We speak 100 times after that. There's some shoes I won't part with.
Like which ones?
Like he wanted my suede Jordan 3 samples, and I'm not giving those up. He wanted like my Bob Air Force One, I wasn't giving that up yet.
Right.
He wanted my Cause Air Force, I wasn't giving that up yet.
So your crib is almost like a flight club for rappers, man.
I mean, if you wore 9.5 at that time, yeah. You know what I mean? So he came over and he copped, and it started a great relationship between me and him, because even now he'll FaceTime me now like, yo, I'm coming to New York. I'm like, I'm not gonna be around.
Wow.
Because I don't want to give him nothing else now.
Was there one shoe that was hard to part with?
No, because I come to the realization that, you know, by the grace of God, I lost 130 pounds. You know, I used to be 330 pounds. Wow. I lost a lot of weight. And the shoes don't fit me no more.
Okay.
So I was staring at the shoes for 7 years during my weight loss transition.
Right.
And I'm like, you know what? It was nice to look at, but this ain't a museum. So it was okay. It was okay to part with them. So it really wasn't hard.
Okay.
It really wasn't hard. And I knew they went into the hands of somebody that was going to wear them.
All right.
With that said, we all know who I'm picking. So, Set.
We go Offset. That wasn't too hard to pick. And there we have it, our Elite 8. Now, man, tell me, do we seem like we got it right? Who do you think should have been on this bracket that didn't make the final cut?
Listen, we had this conversation off air.
Yes, we did.
And I told you, and I'm not gonna do it. I told you that I'm here to pick whatever list y'all put up. I'm not gonna throw nobody under the bus. I'm not gonna throw nobody off. I'm not gonna throw nobody off. I'm just saying, mama throw them off the train. I ain't doing none of that.
You might run them over.
Whatever list you got here is what I'm working with.
Okay.
So I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay. Mayor's shutting his trap. Very rare. All right, let's go on to the next round. First matchup, Wale versus Conceited.
See, this is sneaker history versus sneaker history, right? And everybody, to a lot of people, Conceited is new on the scene, I guess, with sneakers and all that.
Right.
You could tell by, you know, him being a self-proclaimed air raid king, and you know, again, his knowledge of sneakers is amazing. And Wale, we all know about Wale. I can't speak enough. I can't speak enough on Wale.
Yeah.
It's a tough one, but Wale.
Wale.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a sneaker that Wale's had that you really were impressed by in his collection?
Oh, I got a story for you. One of my grails in my collection is my Paris Dunk.
Yes.
Which I took to Nike, and it got done in the Nike kitchen, and they made it a Paris Air Force One for me. Greg Street gave me that shoe.
Oh, wow.
Greg Street was supposed to give it to Wale. I don't know if they was trading for something, because Greg had a pair in my size. And I don't know what they were doing, but they were doing something, and Wale was supposed to do something or meet him at a show in Texas that we did or whatever the case may be. And I love Greg with all my heart. I've never threatened an individual in my life more than I threatened Greg. And that might have been one of the few times in my life that Greg seen how serious I was. I'm like, yo, Greg, if you give Wale the shoe, I might kidnap you. Like, I might really hold you for ransom.
So with you and Fat Joni's white van talks, man.
I was pulling up in the Benz. It wasn't no white van talk. I was pulling up in the Benz or Escalade or something. It would have been Escalade talk. Whatever happened, deal didn't go through. We was in Texas, and Greg handed me the shoe at a sneaker show. Just gave it to me.
Just gave it to you.
Nah.
Humbly.
Humbly. I've never freaked out for a shoe that much in my life. I really wanted that Paris dunk.
Well, there you go. Yeah. And Wale has a sneaker as well.
I'm sure Wale has it. If he doesn't have it,
tough luck.
I got it.
All right, Wale, on to the next. How do you feel about another civil war going on? DJ Khaled versus Fat Joe.
Yo, what's wrong with y'all?
I think you're gonna get kicked out of the Terror Squad after this.
Nah, I ain't getting kicked out of Terror Squad. That ain't happening. Joe started this shit, bro.
Yeah.
Joe's like a sneaker superhero.
When Joe licked the sneaker on MTV Cribs, it was such a game changer.
Legendary. It was legendary.
Yeah.
Like I used to, if you ever do that shit again, and he'll be like, yo, Joe's wrong. He'll be in the store messing around and be like, remember this, man? I'm like, yo, what's wrong with you, man? And that's the answer within a second.
I think there you go.
Crack.
Khaled, sorry, but not sorry. But DJ.
Sorry, but not another B.
Fat Joe's going on to the next round. Next matchup we have DJ Clark Kent versus Jadakiss.
Kiss, I love you. There's no way in Christ.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, this is, again.
Who's dressed better then?
In this picture, they both look horrible. Jadakiss wears 7 1/4. I know that for a fact. That hat is a 7 5/8.
But it sounds...
Y'all pick some mess. Yo, Complex be doing, I'm glad I'm not on this list. Complex be doing people bad.
Well, it looks like we have to kiss the game goodbye.
Kiss the game goodbye.
DJ Clark Kent moves to the left. And the final matchup, Lil Yachty versus Offset.
Wow.
This might be the toughest one of the whole bunch.
Right now, yeah.
I see the wheels turning, man.
Nah,
What's on
because
your mind?
I'm going back to when they was on IG Live together that day. And they was going back and forth. And that was fun. It was fun because everybody was hitting me. They wanted me to chime in.
Lil Yachty's collection's kind of crazy. I saw him on the sneaker episode with Joe LaPuma on Complex Closets, and he's showing off all these old Jordans from like the 80s before he was even born.
Right, that's a gift and a curse for me, right? I'm not gonna go back and buy 85 Jordan.
Right, I don't understand that.
Just to say I have it, but I understand because again,
help me.
Because it's what the culture means. They weren't there. See, I was there, so I don't have to buy myself another 85 ever again in life, or I don't want my OG Jordan 4 or my OG Jordan 6 that already exploded on the bottom that my assistant actually kept and put it in a glass frame.
Right.
Because he wanted to keep it. I was throwing it out. Like I threw it out. Right? So I don't, but I understand it. And they both wear their shoes. They both got fly shit. You know, this one for me, it's not even about who got a better collection for me on this one. I got to go historically with who I think just has better sneaker knowledge and better, you know what I'm saying? Because it's so evenly matched sneaker-wise.
Right. This is tough.
Set got more sneakers. Set got almost as many pair of sneakers as I had when my collection was, at its peak. You know, we seen Cardi show the videos of his room, like, yo, this is disgusting, blah, blah, blah. I had that. I know what it is. I feel your pain. But just on straight history and straight knowledge of sneakers right now, I'm a lean towards Yachty.
Body, wow, okay. Lil Yachty's moving on to the next round. There we have it, our final four. Now, man, you once said that you had 4,000 kicks, right?
Yeah, I've been quoted as saying I stopped counting at 3,600.
3,600.
But it's safe to say that now, since I've had that number, I've probably hit the 4,000 pair mark. I don't have them anymore because I got rid of what I got rid of. But I did, at one point it was 4,000 easy.
Yeah, I wanted to know, since like the pandemic, have you added to your collection?
Oh yeah, it's disgusting. I mean, it's just so much stuff. Like, again, I was getting packages from Jordan brands. Some Jordan 4, UNCs might pop up, or Michigans might pop up, or regular white on white Air Forces. And like I said, periodically boxes come with some stuff that I can show and stuff that I can't show. Like, I get boxes with instructions.
Right. Wow.
I've had packages come to me.
And even though you do get packages sent to your house and as shown on Sneaker Shop, and you do buy your own kicks at times.
Oh, I bought 85% of my collection,
Right.
90% of my collection. It's not even a question. I mean, I'm still the consumer.
And at one point, your sneaker collection was worth like $2 million. Like, what's it at right now?
I mean, no, but like I said, I cashed out on 20, almost 2,600 pair of sneakers. So, that was a nice number.
Yeah.
I could buy a couple of watches and.
Matter of fact, we could go sneaker shopping again. You could buy me some white sneakers.
I'll buy you a pair of white on whites.
Appreciate that, man.
We can leave after this.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
We can go right now.
All right, let's get through the final four first. First matchup, Wale versus Fat Joe.
I quit. Sneaker history at its finest.
Sneaker history right
At its
here.
finest. I mean, you know, two of the elite in the game.
Right.
That's why they're here.
I mean, of course, Fat Joe is your brother. You know, you've known him for 1,000 years, but
take the brother equation.
take the brother out,
take the brother
right?
equation out of it. Again, this is what I've seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they've been on this sneaker shit about the same time. I don't know how old Wale is.
Yeah.
I know they've been doing this for a long time. I've been around Joe since 9th grade. You know.
Right.
He'll tell you stories of, you know, hustling to buy sneakers.
What's the most impressive sneaker you've seen in Fat Joe's collection?
I mean, to me, Joe has the ultimate grail of ultimate grails. He has the Eminem Jordan 4 with the Terror Squad logo on it. It's the Terror Squad Jordan 4. It's the same silhouette, it's the same color as the Eminem 4, and they got the TS on the inside of the back tab.
How does that happen? Like, you have to know a guy to know a guy?
Rumor has it somebody got fired behind stuff like
Oh my
that.
God.
But you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people get fired behind things like that.
Right.
But yeah, you got to know a guy who knows a guy, or you got to know the man who know the man who know the man.
Right.
And he knows the man who knows the man who knows the man. So.
Did you and Joe ever like swap sneakers or trade sneakers?
Nah, well, Joe wears a size 12, and I'm a 8.5 to 9.5, depending on the point of my life. But I don't even think he knows it yet. He'll find out now. I did steal a Terror Squad Air Force One from him recently. You know, I curated his shoe collection that's in up NYC on 158th Street.
Yeah.
The stores. He has like a wall of fame, and I had shoes in there for a while, and he had shoes in there for a while. And like when I took my shoes out, I curated his shoes, so I seen what he had in the basement. So I'm looking at his section, and I'm like, hold up. But I seen those in Miami too at the crib.
It was a full-time Jack move?
Yeah, I'm notorious for that. I'm notorious for stealing shoes. I
Oh
stole
my
shoes
gosh.
from everybody. Like,
Can I steal those after you're done?
we could fight for them.
But before we do that, where are we going? Fat Joe or Wale?
Fat Joe.
Fat Joe? Okay. Fat Joe's going on to the final round. And the last matchup, DJ Clark Kent versus Lil Yachty.
If I call Yachty on the phone right now, Yachty will answer this, and he'll tell you that his OG, Clark Kent, is the guy who's probably everybody's OG,
Yeah.
even mine.
Didn't Clark Kent have a couple of his own Air
Clark
Force
is-
Ones, right?
Clark has done maybe like 50 shoes with Nike already, man.
goodness.
And he's got, you know, that whole 112 collection, that whole, you know, it's a Brooklyn pack, every zip code in Brooklyn.
That's crazy.
Starts with 112, so he did that. It's a legendary pack.
You had a couple of those packs too.
I got them all.
Right.
I got them all. I got that whole collection. Only thing Clark never gave me was that Scar's Pizza Air Force One he did, and I'm still mad at him because of that.
Was the collection that came in a wooden box with the burrows? That was his
he did
collection
the burrow
too?
pack. Yeah, well, the burrow pack didn't come in a wooden box.
Oh, okay.
Only mine's, his, and somebody else's. I think it was three of ours. Me, him, and my man all day. We got the 3 sets that came in.
Wow.
In boxes, and Nike lasered my box. It said Mayor on my box.
Right.
It was crazy. Like, so that was he did that. He did. Yeah, that pack was crazy. That's one of the illest packs. You can't even find that pack.
Yes, I know.
Like, he's done all kind of stuff. Like,
I remember that movie Lottery Ticket with Bow Wow.
lottery ticket and back. Yeah, I didn't get one of those either.
You didn't get damn, man.
That was a bespoke though. They only made two.
Oh, okay.
I think they made one for Clark and one for Bow Wow. That was it. So, again, Yachty would answer this and tell you Clark. So this is a no-brainer for me.
Okay, DJ Clark Kent goes on to the final round. And there we have it. All right, before we get into the final round, man, I want to know, are there any kicks that you refuse to wear, that they have to remain dead stock?
No, that doesn't exist to me.
Okay.
I try to wear everything. Like I never thought I would wear my Air Mag, but then I did an interview with like Forbes and I wore it like,
I don't remember that.
yeah, I was watering my plants on the hoverboard thing.
Yeah.
I was watering my lawn, and on the episode I did something for Forbes. Like,
Right.
Mind you, I'm the brokest person ever on Forbes.
That's a lie.
But I did that, and yeah, well, like I never thought I'd wear my mags. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't even want them when I got them. But yeah, I wound up. So I try to wear everything. I can't wear everything. I'm not gonna lie to you. I had a lot of dead stock stuff. It's impossible. You know, at one point in my life, I could wear a brand new pair of sneakers every day for 10 years.
Yo.
So, like, if you really wanted to break it down, so it's impossible to wear everything and still acquiring shoes. And I'm the guy that's gonna run to white on white, so I wear whatever's on the floor. Like,
Right.
So I'm one of those guys, but it's hard to do that.
Right. All right. So, Mayor, here we are. Our final round.
I'm not doing this.
You have to.
I'm not doing
It's Fat Joe versus DJ Clark Kent.
Has there ever been a tie?
It hasn't been a tie. It can only be one winner.
You know, we could sit here until tomorrow,
Yes.
and I probably won't have the right answer
Why is that?
because I don't know what the right answer is. Because I've seen these collections. I've seen them make Joe one of ones. I've seen
Right.
them make Clark one of ones. I've seen them make Clark shoes with Louis Vuitton leather, actually getting it from Louis Vuitton and using like that I've seen things that Clark has that the world doesn't have.
Right.
Clark is responsible for getting me things that the world has never seen.
Wow.
I've seen stuff Joe Crack has that's insane and legendary.
If Fat Joe was here right now, what case would he make against Clark Kent?
Nah, you know what it is? I'm gonna tell you what it is. If I ask Joe whose collection is better, he's gonna say Clark. And if I ask Clark whose collection is better, he's gonna say Joe. And then Clark is gonna be, this ain't a competition. I know I could imitate Clark. This ain't a competition. This is my brother. It's just sneakers. And then Fat Joe, we the realest in the game. Like it's not fair, bro.
It's the realest of the game.
No, it's not. This is crazy, man. There's no wrong answer here.
There isn't.
There's no right answer. Like, they're both for the right answer.
Okay, there's no wrong answer, but let me ask you this though, man. If you woke up tomorrow with one of these guys' collections, who would it be?
I don't need both of their collections. You forgot who you talking to?
Oh, my.
What's wrong with you?
Now yours disappears, you know, back in the Bronx with no kicks, wearing a pair of skips, and the fairy godmother waves a magic wand, says you could pick one of these collections.
Nah, Joe's pulling up in the back of the white van and Clark is driving it. Dang. Nah, I need a moment.
You need a moment.
This is
He needs a moment. He's digging in his pocket.
I'm not.
What's that? Is that a quarter?
Yep.
It's like the Super Bowl. You flipping the who's who?
Fat Joe.
Fat Joe's heads?
I keep that to myself, Fat Joe.
Wow, he had to flip a coin. That's how crazy this is.
Fat Joe. Shout out to my brother Clark Kent. Like I said, I know it's Joe.
Wow, Fat Joe. I mean, you look a little bit disappointed, man.
No, you don't understand. I've never been under this much pressure in my life because this is family.
This is it.
This is family. Like, I've never been under this much pressure in my life.
Wow.
There you have it.
And there you have it. According to Mayor, Fat Joe has the best sneaker collection in hip hop. Man, how do you feel, man? You look a little flustered.
That was a tough one.
That was tough.
I felt good all the way across the bracket. So I mean, you know, when you first see the bracket, right? You first sit down. It's like, damn, I could foresee the future the way it's gonna break down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the two people that needed to be there, and by the flip of a coin.
You had to flip a coin.
Nah, and you know that's the way it goes.
Yeah, can I have that quarter, Mayor?
It's all yours, brother.
Appreciate that. But Mayor, here's what I want to know. You know, you pick Fat Joe as having the best sneaker collection in hip hop, but is his fucking with yours?
I'm not a rapper, man. I'm not a rapper.
You just look
even
like
though
one.
it's funny because I fight with him and I'm like, yo, you know you have still yet to shout me out on the record.
Hey.
And I'm like, yo, right, I needed that. And I also told Yachty I wanted to get on the record and talk shit one day, right?
Oh, that'd be hard.
And I told Joe the same thing. I said, yo, can I just Dame Dash one of your records? And I almost had a chance. Him and Bun B did a record together when Bun B and Static did their live album.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to go to the studio. And I didn't go.
What happened? You
And
buying
I know-
sneakers?
No, I was asleep. It was late. Now I know if I got there, there's no way in the world they wouldn't let me talk shit on that record. Because Bun is down for me to do it as well. So if I would have did that, then I could have technically said I'm an artist now. And then I would have picked myself.
All right, man. You might not be a rapper, but you definitely dress like one, man.
I'm just happy to be here, B.Dot.
Thanks for stopping by. Yo, I want to thank my guest, Mayor, for joining us on this week's episode of Complex Brackets and helping us crown the best sneaker collection in hip-hop. But did we get it right? Check out the description below where you'll find a playable link to this exact bracket. Just make sure you share your results using the hashtag Complex Brackets on all social platforms. I'll catch y'all next week. I'm Brian B. Miller. Brack up.